Hello, Chaotic Doc here, and welcome back to another Legacy video. Today we're going to be playing with LO1's Soldier Stompy Tribal through a Legacy League. I'm actually really pumped for this deck, so let's take a look at the list and then we'll hop into the league. Alright, so we're starting out with a start on the load. We got 4 Esper Sentinels, and then we're going to move for a little bit of card draw or a little bit of taxes on our opponents. Then we're moving up. We have Thalia of Guardian of Thraben. Tax our opponents more, make their non-creature spells hard to cast. And then Valiant Veteran, pump all our soldiers, and then we can exile to pump our soldiers again. Right, pretty simple. That's just some aggro stuff there. Then for removal, we have Brutal Cathar. When it enters the battlefield or transforms into Brutal Cathar, exile target creature our opponent controls until this creature leaves the battlefield, and it transforms into a 3/3 first striker with ward to pay 3 life. Right, and whenever it transforms back, we get to exile another thing. Then we're looking at Preeminent Captain. Whenever this attacks, we put a soldier tapped and attacking onto the battlefield. This is kind of the engine for the deck. We get this down. We can put in our expensive creatures. We can double up our creatures per turn. This guy does a lot of work in testing. I'm loving him so far. Okay, we have Enlistment Officer. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. Put all soldiers revealed this way into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. This one's pretty good. Works really well with Preeminent Captain. Then we have Palace Jailer for removal and card draw, giving us the Monarch. And our top end to be put in with Preeminent Captain is Captain of the Watch. Vigilance 3/3. Other soldiers you control get +1/+1 have Vigilance. And when it enters the battlefield, create 3 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. So this comes in with 9 power on board, plus bumping all our other soldiers, and it can really end the game pretty quickly. We run 4 Amiria's Calls in the sideboard, or sorry, in the deck for land drops, and then 4 Chalice of the Voids. Alright, now, real quick look at the mana base. We're running 4 Wastelands, 4 Cavernous Souls, 4 Ancient Tombs. And the goal of this deck really is to get Preeminent Captain down early, or Chalice of the Void, and start locking our opponents out. In testing, we do really well against Storm, because we're running main deck Chalice of the Voids, main deck Thalias, even Esper Sentinels. Like, we're very good at stopping combo decks, or slowing them down at least. Alright, in the sideboard, we had 4 Rest in Peace for the graveyard matchups, 2 Aethersworn Canonist for storm matchups, 4 Swords of Plowshares, 3 Cathar Commandos to get rid of any enchantments, artifacts, and then 2 Armageddons, which have been pretty good against like lands that in testing and other decks that just need to get their mana under them, and we can just get on board, get rid of their lands, and then win from there. Alright, I'm pretty excited to hop into the league. See you there. Alright, we're here for match 1. We are on the play. We would like to be on the play. Let's take a look at this hand. So we can put in Valiant Veteran on turn 1, or we can do Chalice turn 1. I think I kind of like Chalice turn 1, Valiant, and then we'll have the mana under us to win from there. Yeah, let's keep this. If we're playing against like a deck that really needs a cantrip, I feel like we're fine. This is a little light on threats, but I think I'm okay with messing around with that for now. Alright, we'll just get rid of the Amiria's Call. And you know, we don't need to tell them for sure what we're on, so we'll play Wasteland Chalice. Alright, Chalice on 1. Okay, that resolves. Let's see what our opponent's got for us. Okay, and they play a Plains, so we'll see. Oh, Esper Sentinel's pretty good, so we can go Esper Sentinel into Valiant Veteran. Right, and then this is a... oh wait, Soldier, not human. Now we have a little bit of a good interaction here, which is the Esper Sentinel... oh wait. Esper Sentinel needs to be uncounterable, right? And we can get around the Chalice on 1. And then the Valiant Veteran will actually pump the Esper Sentinel, so they need to spend more mana to not let us draw cards. Cool, we have 4 power in play. Let's see what they have for us. Alright, they play a Daru Encampment, so they are a Soldier Tribal deck as well. Suppression Field, okay. I think we probably spend 2 mana on Wasteland them. I'm gonna say didn't expect the mirror. Just let them know I was not expecting the mirror match here. We did draw Thalia, Guardian of Thraben off their suppression field. I kind of want to wasteland that land, right? Yeah, they agree. They didn't expect to see the mirror match here. Yeah, let's wasteland them. I can't wasteland and then do anything, but I like wastelanding them. Keep them off anything. We'll play another wasteland, and we'll come in for 4. Alright, they're at 16. I'm sorry, this is just a really funny thing to run into the first match of the league. Alright, so then they can give a soldier +1/+1 on the turn for mana. Alright, they have a cavern, that makes sense. Chromox. Are they gonna let us draw? Yes. Ooh, Ancient Tomb. Okay, so now we can go Wasteland the cavern, and then we can play Thalia. Right, because we 2 mana to use the Wasteland and then play Thalia for cheap. Let's see, do they have the Captain? Preeminent Captain can mess this up. They do have Preeminent Captain, so we're now playing Brutal Cathar. Okay. Let's see what we draw. Another Wasteland. There's no need to take damage, right? Oh, we could do this. We can play both creatures. Yeah, we should do that. Right. So Brutal Cathar will come in. Yep, get rid of that guy. And we'll play our Thalia. And then we'll go in attack for 4 again. Put him to 12 this time. We'll have to see what our opponent has still. But I'm feeling pretty good. Next turn we're attacking for 10. This is Palace Jailer? No, it's Enlistment Officer. Okay. So they're refilling. And what did they reveal? They revealed a Palace Jailer. Wow, just a Palace Jailer. Oh, and another Enlistment Officer. Okay. We can Wasteland them twice. No, only once. So we Wasteland them and then we play our Enlistment Officer. What if we play our Enlistment Officer first? Wait, we don't have an Wasteland Enlistment Officer. Okay, we're going to Wasteland them just so that they can't get Palace Jailer because that's a bigger threat. And we'll just put our next Wasteland and play an attack. And I think I'm willing to... this guy's first strike. We can't actually attack with that. Yeah, and I'm willing to trade the Thalia, I guess. Going for 6 here. The issue is, like, if they kill the Valiant Veteran, we lose it. Right? We lose all our pumped. Cool. They trade the Enlistment Officer, so now we have probably a Palace Jailer coming in. But they'd have to pay 3. So they can get rid of the... Oh! Interesting. They choose Esper Sentinel instead. I guess they didn't have a land. That's bad for them. Okay, Chalice on 0. That transforms this to not be a 3-3. That makes sense. Okay. Let's just go to combat, attack with everything first. Alright, we put him to 2. Now we can do Sentinel, or we can do Enlistment Officer. So they both things present lethal, so let's go Enlistment Officer and then Sentinel probably. Right, that'll be presenting lethal twice over. Actually, we can't go Sentinel because I tapped the Cavern. I'll put those in any order, and now we have a Captain. Alright, we have lethal on board. They have to draw a land for Palace Jailer, and then exile. The Palace Jailer can takes out one thing, blocks another, and they don't have it, so they sideboard. Okay, the mirror match. We need Swords to Plowshares to get rid of their creatures. Chalice is worse because they have Chalices, right? Like, if we're both playing to play Chalice, we might as well remove our Chalices. Our Commando, does this do anything? Kills Esper Sentinel, kills Chrome Mox. I think just the swords for now. We'll test that like that and see how it goes. And we're back. You know what? I look at this hand. We can ramp out, put in 2 Esper Sentinels early, and then refill with a Enlistment Officer later. I'm trying to think, like, what does it fold to? Like, if they have a very aggressive start, maybe it doesn't work. I think I'm willing to... Well, how many non-land spells could they be running, really? I think, like, we mulligan this. Let's keep it. I think this... Because this on 6 I would keep, right? Alright. And we'll be able to draw a card, and hopefully maybe that'll be what goes under Chrome Mox. Alright, no turn 1 play from them. Ancient Tomb. Okay. We can't Cavern away... We can't Chrome Mox away at Esper Sentinel, so this is going to go on white, on Soldier. We'll just put in an Esper Sentinel start. I think, like, maybe we do... I think Palace Jailer is risky, right? Because we're going to pitch Palace Jailer, and we'll refill next turn with an Enlistment Officer. And, like, the issue is just Palace Jailer is so risky with the amount of creatures I know that they have. Esper Sentinel number 2 in. And I'm going to just F6 value here. Alright, let's see. Do they have Ancient Tomb? They do. So this could be... Ooh, Brutal Cathar. Okay, they choose to take one of the Esper Sentinels. As if there was another option. Okay, we could Swords that now. We could Swords next turn, though, as well. Let's just Swords next turn. Alright, we can get our Enlistment Officer in now. That's a blocker for the 2-2. Right, and then it also refills our hand. So we have better options next turn. Did I say it refills our hand? That's not what I meant. I meant it's a 2-3 with first strike. Which is what everyone needs. A 2-3 with first strike. Okay. Alright, opponent has another Brutal Cathar. Do they choose to take the Enlistment Officer? Interesting, because now if I Swords to Plowshares that I get Enlistment Officer back. Which I probably will do just to, you know, for the card draw. Okay. And what do we draw for turn? Palace Jailer. So we can Palace Jailer enlistment off. So let's start with Swords to Plowshares, and then we can also Palace Jailer get our Esper Sentinel back. Okay. Oh yes. Now I'm. Ooh. Okay, and we'll just go Palace Jailer now. That's gonna. Oh wait. Yeah, Palace Jailer now. That'll give us both the Monarch and get rid of all their creatures. Okay, get rid of that guy, and then we'll become the Monarch. Now this is pod racing. All right, we have the board. We have more removal in the form of another Palace Jailer in the form of Brutal Cathar. I wonder how they're feeling about this. Because in their case, I'm feeling bad about this. Preeminent Captain. That's not surviving another turn. Yeah, can't let them keep that. So we have up to 6 mana, so we can Brutal Cathar and then Preeminent Captain. Sounds good to me. Okay. And I am going to shock this in to put in 3 life in the aggro matchup. You know, we're not going to shock it in. We're going to keep our life total a little bit higher than that. And then that way we can play it next turn. We play an enlistment officer or whatever we need. We still have more removal in hand. See, that's the reason we should have played it. But I guess we can just play hard cast Captain the Watch next turn and I assume win. Militia Bugler. Okay, that's fine. So let's see. We have 1, 3, 5, 6, 8 damage. And then we're going to buff everything by 1. Yeah, we got this one. Oh, well, let's just go with style. And there we go. And here comes Captain of the Watch. Okay, Captain of the Watch comes in. Everything gets +1/+1, and we'll go to combat. Attack with everything. Alright, they choose to block Esper Sentinel. And now we're going to win this game now, and I'm going to say undefeated, and we're going to retire. Alright, we're going to move on to the next match. Now that you've made it through a match, consider liking or subscribing. Thank you very much. Next match. And we're back for match 2. We won the die roll yet again. Let's see what we got. This hand has Thalia turn 2. We have Brutal Cathar. I think we're going to keep it because it seems like we have Disruption in the form of Wasteland. We have Ancient Tomb for our bigger plays later. So we can do Flagstones of Trocaire now, and if we need to Ancient Tomb, Brutal Cathar on our second turn, we can, or we can do Wasteland. The alternative choice was to go Emiria's Call, but then if they Wasteland us, we're behind. Or I guess we're not as behind, but this plays around Wasteland. Okay, Wooded Foothills. Show me Taiga into Orcish Lumberjack. No. Simian Spirit Guide. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Okay. So our Cathar commandos are going to be coming in. So this is probably Stompy of some kind. I'm thinking we probably go... Like, do we want to just Brutal Cathar this, get rid of their mana? Do we want to go play Wasteland or Cavern and just play Thalia? Then that blocks this, makes their other plays harder. I think I like that a little bit better. If Thalia's coming in. Now we are a little concerned because if they decide to go Blood Moon, we don't have any basics in hand at the moment. So that could be an issue. Okay, they trigger on their Fable. What do they discard? They discard the second Fable and nothing else. Wooded Foothills return. Combat. They choose to attack, so they're willing to trade the Goblin Shaman for the Thalia. That's fine by me. Unless they have a play, apparently. They stomp the Thalia. Okay. Well, that's a new issue. Okay, that's fine. Palace Jailer, not looking great, but if we play the Brutal Cathar here, then they play Bone Crusher next turn, or they have Kiki, we can then Palace Jailer that. I think I like that. So yeah, so we'll do this. Put this on Soldier. Start with the Brutal Cathar, and then we'll have Palace Jailer next turn if needed, or as needed. This also means they can't get back this because it's a token, obviously. I think what we're looking to see is if they're willing to play Bone Crusher Giant this turn, or if they have another 3 mana play. Or, even better, if they just don't have a third land. I'd be okay with that. Okay, the Reflections transforms, and they don't have the third land. So now we're going Palace Jailer, getting rid of that. Okay. And we will go... We'll just do it like this, right? And we'll go Palace Jailer, that's going to get rid of their Kiki Jiki. They won't have a Kiki Jiki in play anymore. They only have 2 lands. We know they have a bunch of 3 mana plays. Okay. Now we have a first striker, etc. And then we'll go to combat. Now we do have a clock. They don't have anything in play. I'm feeling better about this than I expected to. And we can get a new, next turn we can go new Thalia, we can go, next turn we can go Thalia, veteran, play a Myria's Call tapped. Yeah, I think that's what we're doing next turn. Ooh. I don't want to spend that much life, so we're going to go Thalia into veteran. We'll start Thalia now. We'll go Thalia into the Valiant Veteran for pumping the team, and then we'll go to combat. Now, slight nombo, the werewolf does not get pumped because as a werewolf, it's not a soldier. And they concede to that. Okay, so they fell behind. Now, what are we bringing in, right? We're looking at Fable Mirror Breakers, probably Blood Moon, so we want to bring in our Cathar Commandos. Right, Cathar Commando in. Serenity, maybe? And then, so we're looking at Serenity, Swords, and Cathar Commandos. Again, this is a deck that's running Chalice. Their one-drops are not what we're scared of. So Chalices are probably coming out. That leaves 3 cuts. We want to bring in all the swords as well. Oh, sorry, all the swords and all the Cathar Commandos. Maybe what we're doing is we're saying they have a lot of creatures, like Palace Jailer. Like, if they're playing, like, Rabble Master, Palace Jailer becomes a lot worse. A lot scarier. And then we'll drop one... maybe Valiant Veteran? We'll try like that. The other option we're looking at is, like, maybe do we want Serenity, right? That's just another way to get rid of their enchantments. Do we want... No, yeah, that's like that extra Serenity. I like having the low cost removal for early. That way we can hit their scarier plays. And if they, however, if they play Chalice, obviously it's a little worse. This hand, I'm concerned it's too slow. Yeah, we're gonna mulligan this for a little something faster. This is better, I guess. We'll drop 1 Palace Jailer. Right, it's a worse hand, but I don't want to go to 5. Let me rephrase it like that. I'm not happy with the hand we have here. All right, how are they starting us off? Oh, they're probably running Minsc and Boo, aren't they? That's why you splash for this. I mean, Spirit Guide. Is this? Yeah, okay. Well, we found it out before they did it. We don't have a way to beat a turn 1 Minsc and Boo, I will say. Yeah, this is a... Yeah, we just don't have an answer for this. Yeah, Wasteland doesn't help. This is an issue. Now they deal 7 to us this turn. They deal 7 to his next turn. And they sack Minsc, sack Boo, deal 7 to us. Interesting. We will concede. They had the nut draw. We're not recovering. Like, we can Brutal Cathar it, but then they just make another 4/4 and keep attacking with Trample. Wow, that was... Okay. We figured it out a little too late. Probably wants that Valiant Veteran now. I'm like, maybe we need that real, like, aggressive start. Yeah. So I think they're probably less... Ooh. Alright, let's just try like this. This deck just got a lot scarier that we're playing against. They chose probably not to make any changes there. Keep this turn 1. We're going to pitch Valiant Veteran, play Preeminent Captain probably. And then that'll give us like a first striker. We can flash in Cathar Commando later, or put it in just attacking. This will... Okay. Let's just hope we can quickly get past there. If they Minsc and Boo was turn 1, we're a little screwed. Okay. Okay, Ancient Tomb, Chromox. This could be Minsc and Boo. It could be Fable though as well. Oh, it's just a stomp. Okay. And not great for us, but a little bit more acceptable. Okay, what if we go Wasteland, Cathar Commando, take out Chromox? Okay, let's just assume we have to Wasteland. And then we have Cathar Commando to flash in as an attacker, or if we need to destroy something. City. Okay. What could this be? Minsc and Boo. Goddamn. Okay. Okay. So it'll be a 4/4 power. So we have a 4/4 coming in. Minsc and Boo itself is going to have 4 loyalty. So so this is going to attack. We can flash in Cathar Commando, deal it down to 1. Okay. End step. Cathar Commando comes in. Okay. Okay, combat, we need to hit Minsc and Boo. Okay, we put Minsc and Boo down to 1 loyalty. And then we'll go Esper Sentinel, and we're going to put in the Ancient Tomb now, just in case we draw. Like, the 6 mana play next turn could help us out here quite a bit. Okay, we have 7 damage coming in probably. 7 damage trample is the issue, really. It's like, oh, they just have a win. Right, like, because even if we kill Minsc and Boo, we need to draw removal. We brought in our swords. Hopefully, though, we draw. So we're drawn to Sword, Brutal Cathar. This is a tough one. Okay, we take 7, go to 5. So Minsc and Boo needs to die here. They play Taiga. They have 4 mana. Oh, do they just have second Minskin Boo and then they can sack the hamster and kill us? No, they have Caves the Chaos Adventurer. Okay, so they're gonna take the initiative. It's a trample 5/3. Yikes. Okay, so now, yikes. They're gonna search for a basic land. Ooh, this did not come together. Oh, I mean, so we need to hold up Caracas now until the end. This is about to become a 7/5 with trample. So let's, I think, okay, that's going to become a 7/5 with trample. We're at 5 life. They can attack first. Okay, we need to just hold back. When they go activate Minskin Boo, Timeless Heroes, then we can use Caracas Bounce Boo, because they have to have a thing they can actually sack. Oh, they can just sack Caves of Chaos Adventure and kill us though. Like they can still fling anything. Yeah, we have lost. We unless they just don't see it, right? Or we'll bounce that, but then they're just gonna sack Caves of Chaos Adventure and deal 7 to us. Yep, they do that. Wow. Turbo Minskin Boo really got us there. Alright, we're 1-1. See you in the next match. Alright, we're back for match 3. Legacy Soldier Stompy. Let's see what we got. So we have uncounterable Esper Sentinel turn 1, followed by either Thalia or Chalice of the Void turn 2. And we'll keep this bad boy. Gives a little bit of card draw, maybe. Okay. We'll go with Cavern on Soldier, obviously, as we've been doing. Esper Sentinel's coming in. And we also have Caracas in case we end up in another Minskin Boo matchup somehow. Okay, let's see. Our opponent plays a Scalding Tarn, fetches it. Ponder, maybe? Maybe we're going to Ponder. Ooh, a Delver. Okay. Trying to think if I want to do Chalice or Thalia here. I think we go Chalice on 1. And that locks out most of Delver's plays. I think they're going to have to fetch it. Okay, wait. This doesn't play around days. If we play Thalia, we can't even play it next turn unless we draw land. We're gonna make him have it for once then. Because Delver never has days. You know what? They had to force it. We got to draw a card off it. I find that acceptable. Cool. We don't want to trade our Delver for their Esper. Sorry, we don't want to trade our Esper Sentinel for Delver. Okay, they reveal a Ponder. Really don't have a second land. Damn it. Okay, do they have? What do they got? We've made Brainstorm a little worse, right? They can't Brainstorm this turn. All right, do they have a second creature to play? Yeah, they do. Okay, they got DRC, and that's it. We didn't get that second land. We're gonna go Thalia. We'd make a. We do this and make our other soldiers a 2/2, or we can do Thalia. I like Thalia, right? Takes care of their counter spells later. There makes their counter spells harder. Some of like their Brainstorm a little bit worse. And we even blocks DRC if it doesn't get on the ground or it doesn't get in the air this turn, which was why the other consideration for Valiant Veteran. Okay, and okay, opponent's going to combat. They didn't have a play first main phase, and they're coming with the Delver. We'll take 3, go to 14. Let's see, and they just passed the end step. Okay. All right, we draw another Esper Sentinel for turn. We will play that. Maybe we don't. Maybe we go Valiant Veteran now. Okay, let's go Valiant Veteran. And like if they want to bolt Thalia, that's fine. They were not holding up Caracas for Thalia, but also I wasn't really planning to spend a lot of energy protecting Thalia. And I mean, we can come with the Esper Sentinel. If they have, so we go with the Esper Sentinel if they have a bolt, we really lose hard with it, so we're not going to do it. Just play around like Lightning Bolt on Valiant Veteran, which would take out the Veteran, take out the Esper Sentinel with a DRC trade. And then next turn we can see how aggressive we want to start getting really. And they bring another DRC. And just to attack with the flip Delver again. Okay. And I think maybe our best draw is Wasteland. Yeah, they just passed again. Give me a Wasteland. Flagstones isn't as good as Wasteland. We can go Brutal Cathar getting rid of Insectile Aberration though. I like that. Or we could do Preeminent Captain. No, let's get a little scrappier. We'll get rid of the Insectile Aberration. And then we can start like slamming in a bit. And then I will attack with I'll attack with everything. If they want to trade 2 DRCs for anything here, I'm fine with that. Okay, they choose to fetch. Are they going to try to daze this? Bolt, maybe? Sorry, I can't see what color they're floating. They're floating blue. Daze. That's fine. They can daze if the spell can't be countered. I guess maybe they're just trying to see if they can get... they weren't able to... Or maybe they just needed to look a bit some more stuff. Nope, not going to pay for daze. Gotta say no twice. And this will come in and take care of the Delver. Okay. And yeah, let's just hit for 6 here. 7. Ooh. We hit for 7, which means maybe they will block. They choose one. They do one blocker, and they now have a 3/3. That's fine. Next turn we can go. I don't know, win. Like next turn we have, we have 10 damage on our next turn. Yeah, they choose to waste. That's fine. That has to attack. We'll go down to 8, and then we have 10 damage showing. Okay. That should be game then. They can't. We'll just go combat, attack. And they concede. Alright. Taking down Delver for game 1. Let's look at our sideboard, see what we got for this. We do have, looking at the sideboard, we have Swords to Plowshares. And we have Rest in Peace for this matchup. Which I like both of those. I also like keeping in the Chalice though, so I think I'm willing to drop 2 swords. Just in case, because a Chalice start is even better than swords. We have to be saying that we know we're going to have to play around days there. Let's drop 2 Palace Jailers just because they might have more creatures and that's able to take care of. I think they're what I'm looking at is like Valiant Veteran. I think that's doing pretty good work, but let's drop 2 of those and 1 Preeminent Captain, right? We'll run like that. We still have our enlistment officers, like pretty much all of them to we do have all of them to refill, and we have our other cards. This hand is not a keep as it doesn't have any lands. This hand has Chalice on 1 on turn 1, and then when they counter that, we still have swords. Keep this, drop Caracas. Okay. I fully believe they'll counter this Chalice. It just depends if we are able to then win anyways. Okay. Wasteland. So hear me out. We can now Wasteland. We can play Wasteland them, then Swords, and then we also have like we can get around days that way next turn if they don't have another land. Yeah, let's do that. Wait, sorry. Cancel that. We need to resolve the trigger for Chrome Mox. Pitch one of those, and then we'll Wasteland them, followed by the Swords. Okay, that puts them at 21. Then we're hoping they don't have another land or like another thing that makes it like if they don't have another island, like if they have like island, they had like volcanic wasteland, that'd be good for us. Okay, makes sense that they wouldn't keep a hand that's bad. And what do we see here? Ponder, Meltdown. Okay, Touche. Okay, we'll go Iganjo because if that gets wasteland, we're much happier with that getting wasteland than our cavern. All right, we're in their main phase. What do they have? So they have Tarn. Okay, they play Young Pyromancer. Interesting. I'm beginning to think I did not realize what this deck was. This might be like a Grixis Delver deck, maybe? Okay, this has to go on Soldier. And then we're just gonna play the Chalice on 1, which will most likely get countered. We gotta do it. Done. Okay, Chalice on 1 coming in. Oh, resolves. Ooh, that's good for us. That's really good for us. That shuts down Delver, DRC. Unless they have another Meltdown in hand, that's very good. Okay, they're coming in for 2 with Young Pyro. So even though we do have Chalice, they can still turn their 1-drops into 1/1s with Young Pyromancer. We have to see if that's what they want to do. Second Chalice doesn't do anything here, right? Like we can put in a second Chalice, but it still like dies to Wasteland. It dies to, sorry, not Wasteland, I meant Meltdown. It dies to Meltdown, it doesn't die to Brazen Borrower, right? We can put it in and then gets around Brazen Borrower, and I think I'm willing to play towards them also running Brazen Borrower, so we're going to do this. Alright, and we're just going to hope that Brazen Borrower is their other removal piece. In the end step, they play hard cast Brazen Borrower. Oh, I'm so smart. Look at me playing. Look at me gaming. Okay, we're still, this is very bad for us still. We're on a like 3-turn clock, 4-turn clock, because they have 5 damage per turn. And they just have another Brazen Borrower. Is this Murktide? Interesting. They're taking their time to cast something. Alright, they decide to fetch with their Scalding Tarn. Let's see what we have. A Mystic Sanctuary, gain back Meltdown. That makes sense. Okay, and then what would this be? Is this... Yeah, so this is the Murktide. Could they have... I guess they couldn't do this without fetching first. Because I was going to say, if they could have done this without fetching, they could have gotten one more extra point of size on Murktide by getting the Meltdown onto the battlefield. So they had to delve away the... Couldn't they? It's like, if they paid one more, they wouldn't have had to delve away the land. They would have been able to fetch afterwards. Interesting. Okay, Brutal Cathar. How much damage are we taking next turn? We're taking 8 damage next turn. Alright, we gotta draw something better. Good news is we'll be on the play in game 3 if we lose this one, which looking likely. Then we'll have access to our chalices. We'll have access... Like, Chalice on the play is a lot stronger than Chalice on the draw, obviously. But also, like, maybe we can just get under them. Alright, they choose to Meltdown and make a 1-1. Okay, and then we'll take 8 to go to 5. Okay, so now... Actually, what is now? Okay, now we concede, right? We don't have any outs anymore. Alright, concede. Are there any changes we want to make on the play draw, right? Like on the play, are there any changes? Maybe we don't want all the swords. Maybe we do want... Well, we don't want Cathar Commando, we know that. Maybe we want one more Preeminent Captain in. Yeah, I think I want a Preeminent Captain in. I think I'm willing to cut an Amiria's Call for that, actually. Let's see, like that. And one thing I gotta think about is, like, how do we feel about Amiria's Call in this? We've never hard cast it. Like, if we're looking at the back to basics matchups, maybe Amiria's Call isn't better than just a basic plains. I'll keep an eye on that. Alright, we're back. We're on the play. We can go Uncounterable Esper Sentinel, turn 2, Chalice. Sure, let's try this. We have Uncounterable Esper Sentinel. If they decide to wasteland us, we'll still have something in play. We'll have Chalice to work towards. Soldier yet again, please. Esper Sentinel. Okay, and let's see. Like now we just need to know what our opponent has here. Alright, they play Volk and Pass. You know what? I'm kind of willing to wasteland that. Because then we can play around days if they... I keep saying this, like, it's like, oh, we wasteland them, we play around days. No, we go down. Like, if they didn't have a play turn 1, we can wasteland this now. Okay, we'll pass just to get rid of that blue mana. Okay, they brainstorm in response, we'll draw a card. We draw second Chalice, actually. So they were willing to pay to let us draw a card there, so maybe their hand is a little worse than they want it to be. They're hoping for brainstorm to fix it. That'd be good for us. Well, actually, you know what? We'll just put the Esper Sentinel in now, then. And we'll hit them with the first one, and then pass to them. Okay, they take it, obviously, because they can't do much else. Let's see what they have. Okay, they play another Volcanic Island. Ponder. Letting us draw 2. Okay. Ancient Tomb. Ancient Tomb, rest in peace. Oh, man. Okay, so we gotta make choices now. Because we can Ancient Tomb put in... Ancient Tomb... Oh, no, we don't have choices, actually, because we don't have white mana. That's not for soldiers. Yeah, okay, we'll go Ancient Tomb. They can play around days, and then if they don't daze it, we'll just put in another Esper Sentinel. So Ancient Tomb into Chalice, playing around days, I meant. That's stuck. Perfect. We'll go Esper Sentinel number 2. Okay, hit him. Again, we run into an issue if they have Meltdown. So if they have Meltdown, we're a little screwed, but I think it should be... Like, we would draw 3 off of Meltdown right now, at least. And then we can just Chalice again. Alright, this is... Yep, Meltdown on x equals 1. So we'll draw 3, then we'll go... Yeah, we're going to go Chalice again. If they counter Chalice, we'll just Chalice another time. Oh yeah, this is... It's all coming together. Alright, Chalice. That's stuck. We're going to go Amiria's Call and then put in Thalia. We're going to have to pay the life here. Okay, Thalia's coming in. Now that's feeling good. And then next turn, we can go... Okay, they do choose to daze it. Again, no, we're not going to pay for it. And that might just be so they can get Murktide going next turn. In which case, we have Brutal Cathar for that. And if they don't play Murktide this turn, then we do have Rest in Peace coming in. Yeah, this feels like Murktide. That's fine. Brutal Cathar will take care of Murktide for now. Yep, there goes Murktide Regent. And we can Brutal Cathar that, get rid of it. Do we want to play Chrome Mox, right? So we have 4 mana now. If we choose to play Chromox as like, does that get us anything? Makes it easier to like double spell next turn, or we can do Captain of the Watch next turn if we are able to. Brutal Cathar coming in. Okay. I am gonna play Chromox, probably pitching second Thalia for now. That way next turn if we draw land we go Captain of the Watch. If we don't draw land we can go like Rest in Peace or Enlistment Officer. I just want to be able to get up to our larger spells quickly. And also to stop relying on Ancient Tomb if possible. Alright, on their turn they ponder just to be exiled. Which also means that they can't counter our spells, so we play Rest in Peace, it can't be countered. And it could be like they're working towards Murktide, right? This is going to go on Soldier, and we're going to go Captain of the Watch here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Captain of the Watch here, just to really put the pressure on. And then after that, we can win with Rest in Peace. Like, Rest in Peace will take care of the game afterwards. Right, and this just puts so much power on board. And they concede. And we've taken down Delver. All right, on to match 4. We're 2-1 currently. See you there. All right, on the draw for match 4. I don't know how I feel about this hand. We got Thalia. We do have double Chalice, but we're on the draw again. Everything's going to be uncounterable. It doesn't feel good enough. I'm going to mulligan it. Wow. You know what? Yeah, I like this. We'll just shock it. We'll pitch second Thalia, shock in the Emiria's Call, and now we have Wasteland. We'll have Esper on turn 1. We have a good like curve here. I like this one better. Okay, our opponent goes Island Ponder. Let's see what they choose to do here. They choose not to shuffle the Ponder. Okay. So we will start with the Emiria Shattered Skyclave. We will pay 3 life and we'll put in our Esper Sentinel. And they daze it. Okay, so they're a Misty Rainforest Daze deck. We're not going to pay for that. We'll have to see what they're playing with here. Alright, so we'll see Wasteland. Okay. Okay, so this could be like a Delver deck and they just chose to play a basic. Could be some other sort of tempo deck. So Wasteland here, so in case we draw a land drop next turn, we can go Thalia. So they choose to play the basic again and then Ponder. They did shuffle their library off Ponder this time. That's good news, hopefully. And give us a land. Okay. That's enough of a land. I'm willing to... I guess we're... bolting this in. And Thalia. Because we'll play Thalia because we have this replacement effect if they daze it. If they don't daze it, now we know that our spells are more likely to resolve. Or our creatures are more likely to resolve. Wasteland, probably taking my white source again. Yep. That's fine. No play. Play Wasteland. Hit him with Thalia. Now, we need Thalia to do a lot of work just to make up the damage that we did to ourselves, but with the Emiria calls. This is the moment. Like, if they don't have another land, it's very good for us. That would mean we're both on, like, the same page of, like, out of lands. Ah, they had it. Oh, in combat, I'm going to Wasteland Valk, so they can't play anything on their turn. Ooh. Raucous. And we'll play Valiant Veteran. Give Thalia a little bit of a buff there. And they can daze this. They choose to force. Okay. Makes sense. Okay, they force that. And then... Alright, right, that has an ability from the graveyard. We can put a counter on each soldier. We'll go to combat and hit him with Thalia. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so they're a Delver deck. Right, Steam Vents is a Delver deck. I wonder what this is. Oh, that's right, Murktide. Gross. We can go Ancient Tomb and Enlistment Officer to get Brutal Cathar for next turn. I think that's the play, right? Like we're gonna have to pay the 2 life, but we get to go and get something. Hopefully a Brutal Cathar or I was gonna say a Palace Jailer. Palace Jailer doesn't do it. They don't have a way to counter this. All right, we have a Palace Jailer. Everything else can go the best. So now we need to top deck a land too. Is the new issue? But if we top deck a land, the way I'll do it is I will Wasteland Steam Vents in their, or if they have an untapped source, I will Wasteland it in their first main phase, go to second main phase, and then play Palace Jailer. The other thing we need is a Brutal Cathar. Okay, they deal 7 to us, bring us to 5. Yeah, Veteran doesn't do it. Like, there's no way for us to survive this like turn. Like we're gonna take 7. Just making sure like none of these have flying or anything. Yeah, so can't deal enough damage to them no matter what. We can't put this in. Alright, GG. We'll concede to that move and we'll move to match 2. We'll be on the play and we can look at our sideboard again. Like previously we said, I think Rest in Peace is coming in. Maybe we don't need all the swords, honestly. Like Swords to Plowshare, like this might be like sacrilegious, but maybe Swords to Plowshares just isn't it for this deck list. Like we have Brutal Cathar and Palace Jailer. I think we said previously we were willing to remove like a Palace Jailer, some amount of Valiant Veterans, right? Let's drop 2 Valiant Veterans. I was gonna say let's remove an Amiri's Call. We need basically all the lands we can get. Let's go down 1 Enlistment Officer, 1 Preeminent Captain. Those will be 2 swords, right? And then we'll submit it like that. But again, our goal here would be to play Chalice on 1. In which case, those swords wouldn't really help us. This does not Chalice on 1, right? Like this goes turn 1, Esper Sentinel, Chalice. We get 2 attempts at Chalice. Keep this. I'm trying to figure out, do I want to like play Amiri's Call, which can get, I think we, like, if we play Amiri's Call tapped, we don't get Esper Sentinel to play. Oh, we gotta do Esper Sentinel first. Well, we'll have chances afterwards. It like saves us some life. Let's go with this. We're gonna play our Esper Sentinel on turn 1. I'm willing to pay 3 life next turn if we don't draw an untapped white source. Or a different white source. Or just land in general. And we're gonna play into Daze. Yeah, see, that was the one issue. I was like, we're gonna play into Daze with it because it doesn't matter. Sorry if you can hear the construction behind me. I would not like to pay 3 life because we're not making to play this turn. Now we're looking for another land and we're gonna start chalicing. Like we just need to like keep playing Chalice over and over again, just hope we can get there on it. Okay, Mystic Sanctuary tapped. Cavern is coming in on Soldier. Let's put it on Soldier. And tap, Chalice on 1. Right, and if they want to counter this, we get to draw a card still. They probably need to counter this. They don't, okay. And now things are looking a little better. Again, like we need to get some actual power on board, but like being able to shut off a lot of their stuff is pretty good. Blooded Strand. I'm going to. Okay, I need less chalices though. Okay, we'll just keep hitting with Esper Sentinel. I need less chalices. I said that previously. I'll say that again. Okay, they are getting their lands under them in the meantime until they draw whatever it is they need. And yikes, we need to draw anything else than what we've drawn. But I think it's okay. We'll just keep whittling them down with Esper Sentinel, I guess. And they've decided to make a move. I assume this is Brazen Borrower. Yeah, this is going to be Brazen Borrower on Chalice. Probably. Yep. And then paying for the Esper Sentinel tax. And then next turn we'll play it again, I guess. But now they can play out all their 1-drops this turn. So they'll play a 1-drop, we'll swords it. They're bolting. Okay, they are choosing to bolt first. Then pay the 1. And then what is this? Pondered. Okay. I expected like a threat in play. However, this means they have Murktide next turn, probably. Right? Like we're going Ponder, we filled the graveyard, they have mana under them. So we're looking at Murktide next turn, which is a different issue. Ooh. They choose the Cavern? Yeah, they choose the Cavern. Okay. What can we draw? No, that doesn't do it. Okay. We're going to discard a Cavern a Chalice of the Void, because we don't need 4 of them, probably. Okay, and EI. Okay, EI exiles Scalding Tarn, which they play. And then they pass the turn. Wasteland. Alright, we're going to play Chalice on 1 again. Hoping it gets countered, honestly. Because we kind of need the swords. But also, like, okay, they choose to daze it. No, will not pay for daze. I will not pay for daze, and we'll pass. Right, it's like, so we need the Swords to Plowshares to stop the Murktide that's definitely coming. The reason, however, like all their other threats are 1-drops. However, we are also being buried in EIs at the moment, which is a different issue. Okay, Brainstorm. They exile a Brainstorm, fetch with a Scalding Tarn. I assume this will beat that Brainstorm. Oh. Mystic Sanctuary, probably getting back EI. Yep. EI, great card. Alright, Brainstorm. I'm told there's going to be a ban announcement on Monday. We're going to see if something's getting taken from the Delver Shell. Honestly, my assumption is no, that nothing's changing in Legacy on Monday. When this comes out, it will already have happened. So tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. Alright, Chalice on 1. Because now we have Brutal Cathar. the keeping the swords to plowshares is less necessary. Yep, gets countered with a force of will. Makes sense. Like they're gonna have like all the counter spells because of the EIs. Like they're being able to loop EI over and over again. It's gonna fill their hand up pretty well. Rest of Iteration coming through, and they exile a Delver. All right, play Delver. Do they have anything else? No. Give me a land. Okay. I think I'm gonna Swords the Delver. Like it was either that or Chalice again, but honestly, Swords and Delver seemed a little bit necessary. Because like if I Chalice and they just have a Delver, even if it becomes a 3, if it becomes the 3/2, it becomes an issue. No play. We can Chromox exiling Swords to Plowshare. I think what we'll probably do is Chromox exiling the Enlistment Officer, and then we can play Chalice the Void around days this time. Okay, and then we'll go. Yeah, we'll go Enlistment Officer, and then we're gonna go Chalice. Cancel that. If the Chalice doesn't resolve, we want to make sure we're holding up swords. Okay, Chalice coming in. Okay, we're playing around days. Like they haven't assembled a threat yet, is the new issue. Okay, Force of Will on Chalice. That's fine. And now we got Swords to Plowshares for their first threat, and then we have Brutal Cathar for their second. Okay, that makes sense. They put in the Brazen Borrower. Probably Swords that end of turn, maybe? See what they have first. If they play like a Murktide, I'm more concerned about the Murktide, rather Swords to Plowshares that than I would the Brazen Borrower. Okay, they didn't play Murktide with Swords. Okay, draw for turn. Thalia. Sure, let's go with Thalia. Hold up Wasteland, I guess. Thalia resolves. We have a threat in play. We have a clock. Let's see what they have. Nothing again. It's so weird. I don't know what they have. They will hit for 2. It's not like they have all lands in hand. Like unless it's like forces, like hardcast force. Let's test. We'll play 1 Brutal Cathar. And this will just like this doubles our clock. It removes one of our removal spells from hand, but just double our clock here. Hey, sure. And now we have 4 power in play for future turns. And what could this be? 3 mana. Deals 2 damage to each creature without flying. Wow. Okay. And then this is Murktide. Alright, so then now that they've played Murktide, we'll go Brutal Cathar, exiling Murktide, hopefully. We're looking to draw Cavern of Souls. That'd be our best draw here. That's not Cavern of Souls. Oh god, do I want to deal 3 damage to myself to play around days? I think I do. Yeah. Yes, pay 3 life. And then Brutal Cathar. Right, because if they have days, no, they have force. They have force pitching counterbalance. Okay, so now we'll take 8, go to 6, and try again on our next turn with the Brutal Cathar. I think we're on turn 13. I think we lost the turn that they started getting Expressor when they cast like 3 expressive iterations in a row. Like since then, we've been like treading water. Bolt is they have the second bolt. They have the double bolt to kill me. So shocking and played around days. It also killed me from the double bolts. Wow. Okay. GG. See you guys in match 5. Looking to go for the positive record. All right, and we're back for match 5. I think we're gonna keep this one, right? So like turn 1 will go Chromox pitching Palace, and then play Chalice the Void, and then turn after that we'll get to go Uncounterable Esper Sentinel. So let's try this. Then depending on what they play, we might have to mix that up. They mulligan to 6, but I think we can play from a place of strength by having 7 cards in hand. They go to 5 actually. Our opponent goes to 5 on the play. Let's see what they have for us. Thoughtseize. Okay, so they're playing Oops All Spells, which needs 1 drops and 0 drops. So they have to take Chalice here. Can I get another Chalice, please? No. Okay, so we're gonna go. This has to go on Soldier, and now we need to play. Wow, we're so this is not looking good for us. I'll be honest. We need to get to another Chalice, basically. Okay, Brutal Cathar is gonna pitch, and we'll play. Oops. Uncounterable Esper Sentinel. So hopefully draws if they need to. I don't know what they need to do here, but hopefully we can draw into the win. Or draw into our Chalice. Okay, they're going Lotus Petal. Will they pay for it? We draw the second Chromox. Summoner's Pact, probably grabbing Elvish Spirit Guide. the Cabal Ritual. So now they need to cast Balustrade Spy. Oh, do they have the... Yeah, they have Balustrade Spy. They mill their whole deck. Alright, let's just take a look at their deck list. Okay, they reveal everything, and let's take a look. Alright, I want to just take a look, right? So we got 4 Narcomoebas on the stack, sure. Resolve those. We're looking at Dark Ritual, Cabal Therapies, Lotus Petals, Pact Negation, Elvis Spirit Guide, Wild Cantor. I'm just trying to look at for, like, if we want Chalice of the Void on 0 or 1. Yeah, you can see my hand, that's fine. Probably want it on Dark Rits. Yeah, we'll put it on 0. I don't know, hopefully we draw 2 Chalice of the Void hands. Right, they have the win here, right? Did I see Dread Return? Yeah, I see Dread Return, and we saw Oracle. Yeah, alright. We'll concede, they have the win. Alright. Sideboard. Ooh, this is going to be a rough one for the sideboard. We need to bring in... Alright, so we can cut Brutal Cathars because they won't have any creatures we need to remove. We need to bring in Rest in Peace, Aethersworn Canonist, and then we can cut a Palace Jailer because that's also unnecessary. Oh, sorry, I need to bring the other Aethersworn Canonist. And then we need to be able to play our hate pieces on turn 1. Turn 2 will be far too slow. Sorry about that, dropped a pencil. Alright, we're back. We would like to play first. Let's see what we got. This cannot do anything turn 1. Mulligan. This is Esper Sentinel turn 1. Nope. Mulligan to 5. This does nothing. Mulligan. I need to something that does something. Yeah, keep this. We're gonna pitch. We need to put 3 cards back. That's gonna be Plains, Chromox, and Miria's Call probably. This allows us to Chalice on 1, put in the Cavern, and then hopefully draw. Sorry, Chalice on 0, and then we can Cavern. And then next turn, because they won't be able to play anything, if they play their land, we can waste it. Let's see what our opponent does. They do play their land. They shock it. They pay for it. Oh no. Oh, they just have it? Oh. Right, they just had it all anyways. Alright, and again, we'll just check the graveyard once they resolve Balustrade Spy. Okay, they got the Narcomoebas. They have Dread Return. And they have Thassa's Oracle. Alright, concede. Wow, that was not a good deck for us to come up against. We just don't have the ability to combo it out, or to break its combo. Alright, final thoughts on the deck list. I like it a lot, actually. It's very fun to play. Thoughts on its strength, though. Maybe Amiria's Call should be basic plains, right? We never cast it. We ran into issues where Delver was able to wasteland it, and that was a big issue. We also ran into the fact that, like, against Blood Moon, we only have 2 basic plains in the whole deck. So again, that's an issue, especially with kind of like Mono Red Prison running around. Like, we're trying to fill the same role, so if we come against them, we run into an issue. The amount of removal we have in the creature slot actually feels really good, right? Brutal Cathar and Palace Jailer felt good whenever I got them down. Preeminent Captain didn't do its thing this league, really. In all my practicing with it, it was very good. I enjoyed it a lot. But I do like having that. It's just, like, you know, pretty good. There's like a part of me is saying, like, oh, maybe we need Vials in this deck. But honestly, probably not. Like, Aether Vial would get around some stuff, but, like, if we're aiming for our, like, we're aiming for more of a lockout deck, right? It's like Chalices. Maybe this deck wants Trinisphere as a consideration. It's just like an extra piece. Like, once we have our stuff in play, Trinisphere is kind of locking our opponents out, and we have our Ancient Tombs, we have Preeminent Captain to get through. Anyway, that's my thoughts. I highly recommend this deck, actually, for checking it out, playing around with it. Thank you. If you made it this far in the video, thank you very much for watching. Consider liking or subscribing. We have more legacy content and even some vintage content coming in the future. Thank you very much. Peace.